Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to tell you the top 5 people that you want to add to your survival, prepper, or MAG group. A MAG is mutual aid group. They're all basically the same thing. So I was thinking long and hard about a couple weeks about this, and I thought if I could get only 5 people, besides wives and kids, but 5 main people, and husbands, I guess, who would I choose? So the first one is a combat veteran, preferably an NCO or an officer. Why? Well, because they're combat veterans, they handle stress well, they're highly trained. And the thing about NCOs and officers is not only do they have training, but they have training in training other people. So they'll know how to train other people and get the message across. These guys have a lot of information. They can teach you a lot about a lot of things. So that one's kind of a duh one, right? But you have to be well rounded. Survival and prepping isn't all about weapons and tactics and stuff like that. So the next one I got is an ER doctor or a critical care doctor. If you have to, maybe a nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, something like that, but someone that's no knock on you family practice guys, but I want an emergency room doctor because kind of like the combat vet, they're fast on their feet, they're experienced in emergency situations, they're used to dealing with stress, stuff like that. The third one is a homesteader. And what I mean by a homesteader is not a casual gardener. I mean someone who raises animals, who understands how to make compost, who incorporates permaculture principles, someone that can run a homestead and can grow food with minimal things from the outside world. They can make their own fertilizer, compost, water systems, incorporate animals, all that stuff. Next one is a handyman. Now, I tried to, of course, a carpenter, a welder, but a handyman, someone who's like a jack of all trades, kind of like my dad, where he could do a little welding, he knew how to be a mechanic, he knew how some carpentry, some plumbing, electrical, someone like that. That's not necessarily pigeonholed into one thing, but knows a lot of different things and how they work and how to fix them. That's going to come in handy. That's why they're called handyman. The last one is the outdoorsman slash hunter. Not just your casual, I go shoot a deer, but I'm talking about the guy who doesn't stop hunting. I know a couple of these, and they'll start with, I think right now is waterfowl. So they'll do, actually, they probably started in fall with the bow hunt and archery with elk and deer, and then they'll go into bird season and then all the seasons and all these things. I don't know. I haven't hunted yet. um, but someone like that knows how to go out and shoot a duck, shoot a deer, shoot a moose, how to fish, how to clean them, how to preserve them. A guy or a woman that can go out into the outdoors and feel comfortable there, because along with actually all of these other people, they're going to not only be able to bring value to your group, but they'll be able to teach people how to, the handyman obviously will be able to teach you how to do projects around the wherever you choose to be, whether it's your bug out location or it's a community or it's in the mountains or wherever your group has decided they're going to be. It could be a group of neighbors. It could, whatever it's going to be. We're not going to talk about a survival group right now and how to make it. But this is just a quick and dirty what I would focus on. Now the runners up, I was thinking about that too. I thought nurse, paramedic, or EMT, something like that. Preferably not just a basic EMT, because I was one of those. And while they do have training, it's not that extensive. Um, let's see, a carpenter, a welder, a mechanic, a farmer, a rancher. And then one that I really thought was kind of outside the box is someone that knows a lot of people in the community. Maybe you know a city councilman, a city official, an ex-mayor, maybe a clergyman, a priest, a bishop, a pastor, someone that has a lot of connections. I know for one that when I was going through some tough times, my pastor was able to connect me with a lot of people that I didn't know, but he knew, because obviously he's a pastor and knows a couple hundred people. So there was one time when my car was broken, and he hooked me up with a guy from our church that he charged me for like $137 for labor, and it was pretty extensive what he had to do to my truck. But just stuff like that. Anyway, that's my top 5 and my runners up. If you guys add anything or have any anybody you think is valuable, go ahead and leave it in the comments so other people can read it and get some ideas. The time to prepare for emergencies and to get to know your neighbors and get to cultivate these relationships with these people is not when the tornado is at your door. It's before, when everything is calm, when you're even thinking, gee, nothing's ever going to happen. That's the time. That's your downtime. Okay, this is winter. This is the time to start thinking about what's coming ahead of us. And what's coming ahead of us, I don't want to get too crazy and political, but I think we all know that the election is coming, and whatever side of the spectrum you're on, both sides are mad, both sides are polarized. Who knows what's going to happen these next 13 months? And then after the election, if one side wins and the other side doesn't, God only knows what kind of turmoil can happen. So just get out there and start thinking about things and think about how you're going to get through it.